Kung Fu Panda 4, is it worth it? Was it really necessary, as several YouTubers said?
I didn't do shit. I didn't rig shit.
Well, actually, I think it's a good movie. I mean, it's not mind-blowing or something crazy, but it does have several different things than what we're used to. But there's good news and bad news. Let's start with the bad news, because I feel like a villain today. If you were expecting this movie to see your greatest friends, the Furious 5, very bad news for you, my friend. They're only going to appear for like 1 minute, and that's it. Yeah, I'm not kidding. A sad minute in which they won't even speak or tell you what time it is or what's for lunch. Nothing, not a single word. So if you were hoping that Poe and Tigress would finally kiss and get married, not at all. The same goes for Uwe and Master Shifu. All these little friends just appeared because they had to, and that's it. Except for Uwe, he was just mentioned and that's it. But after that disappointment, let's go to the good news. Meanwhile, on the Panda side, here Poe does get the most screen time. He along with his new friend, whom we'll be reviewing in a moment. The first scenes we have in the movie are of the biggest and most anticipated Tai Lung. Except in this new update, they nerfed this character a lot. Remember that in his first appearance, he finished off 1000 guards like it was nothing? Well, here Tai Lung, let's say the only thing he can kill is an old cockroach, because practically all of us who remember him as a great master he was, here he's going to leave us very disappointed. But what did seem a bit odd to me was the beginning of the movie, since they put this thing about the restaurant and that supposedly Poe had to be there, but he was fighting with the fish, a fish that we never saw again later. So personally, the beginning of the movie was a bit messy and senseless. And after this strange introduction, it doesn't take long for them to introduce us to Poe's new companion, Sen. She is a fox, and by her nature, she wanted to steal something from the Jade Palace. And here a reference, or what seemed hilarious to me, is that when Poe tries to stop her, he tells her, please don't destroy anything inside the Jade Palace. This because if you remember, Kai destroyed the entire palace in the other movie, and it was estimated that his destruction cost a total of $20 million in damages. Well, besides, they also told Poe the same thing several times. So who knows if all of that was charged to Poe, or why he feels so worried about her breaking everything. Okay, anyway, she ends up breaking it all. But talking about her, let me tell you about this character, the Great Shen. The first thing that comes to mind when you're watching this movie is that she would be just another villain in the movie, but she'll actually be the one who accompanies Poe on his adventures. Be sure that this new friend of Poe will make you really like her. She says jokes to make you laugh, and many other things that made me nervous. Very nervous. And I'm not saying she's gonna make you nervous while you watch the movie, but after you've seen it, you'll realize why they put her in the movie. But we'll see that conclusion at the end of the video. Well, just as we had the revelation of Poe's new friend, just as quickly they revealed who the real villain will be, and it is a chameleon that is also a shapeshifter. And remember that I told you that the Furious 5 are the Lost 5 in this new movie? Well, according to Master Shifu, they were on another mission, a way more important mission, because they left poor Poe alone. But honestly, I think they went on vacation. And of course, the great dragon warrior would need someone to help him with the chameleon. And this lucky one is Sen herself, since after being stopped by Poe, she had no choice. And she'll give us a great surprise, but don't judge her so badly, she's a great character. Poe and his new friend had several trips and fights, and that's how we got to know a little more about Shen. And let me tell you, even though she's a new character, it doesn't feel like they just wanted to avoid the issue that they didn't want to pay the voices of the Furious 5, but her appearance didn't feel forced either. She has a very good character development, and her appearance contributes a lot to the movie. We can't even connect with her when she tells Poe about her life. In many scenes, she'll make us smile with her jokes, and the truth is, you won't be able to avoid loving this character. Of all of the new characters that appear, she'll be the one that you'll like the most. And not only for her jokes, she has some very good dialogues, and the truth is, it's a shame that I can't show you the scenes, so you can understand what I'm talking about. But this is not all. She also has some very good fights, that are very much at Poe's level. But why keep telling you about this? You have to see it with your own eyes to understand everything I'm saying. Although many will be disappointed not to see the Furious 5, the only thing that compensates for this are the incredible fights that are presented to us throughout the movie. And be sure that Poe's fight against the chameleon will not disappoint you. We could even classify it as the second best fight of all the Kung Fu Panda movies. And here we have to give credit to the great Tai Lung, because even though he doesn't appear much, the little time we see him on screen is just total art. Obviously, he didn't steal the spotlight from the chameleon in the fights, but despite that, we can still appreciate his essence as a character. The same goes for the other villains from the previous movies, since when the spirits managed to escape thanks to the staff, we have the appearance of Shen and Kai, the classic villains from the other two movies. The truth is, don't get too excited about them, because it's not like they do too much, they just surprise us with their presence. As for the chameleon lady, they revealed a few details about her and why she decided to go down the path of evil, which makes her have a good story as a classic DreamWorks villain. But it's not like she surpasses the story of Shen or Tai Lung either. Let's say she's a good villain, but personally, in a ranking of the backstory of Kung Fu Panda villains, I would put Tai Lung in first place, then Shen, and in third place we would find the chameleon. But the thing that gave her an extra point is that this villainess was a dark sorceress. Well, it was a new challenge for Poe, but that said, it's not that impressive either. And well, we already know that Master Shifu didn't make much of an appearance, and we only saw him again in the end of the movie, just to show us that he didn't agree with the decision Poe made. Because big news, what I'm going to say next is going to be a big spoiler. Ready? Poe wants Shen to be the new Dragon Warrior. And boy, do we have to get excited about this, because this means more movies, series, and more Kung Fu Panda. So make sure to give this movie a lot of support, and let's hope it's profitable so that DreamWorks decides to release Kung Fu Panda 5. And let this be the movie where we see Poe become the next Master Shifu or Uwe. So in conclusion, Kung Fu Panda 4 was not necessary at all, but it was a decent movie. Should you go and watch it? Yeah, definitely. You won't feel disappointed after watching it. But what do you think about Kung Fu Panda 4? Do you think it was worth it? We'll read you in the comments.